Mahila, remember, I don't trust these watchmen. Even Paul Begley, I tried to do his online school at one point, and I got a weird message talking about getting on my knees for heading the AI or something. And I'm like, look, this is all death and hell deal 106. It's Michael J. Fox, and Trump pushed all that deal. And it's not Michael J. Fox isn't bad. It's his deal is bad. It's the hats, it's all that stuff. It's glory and clones and all this Revelation 17 manipulation because the time is kind of related to the pit, like the bottomless pit and stuff. So the sacred woman doesn't have to do any of that. The symbolism shows that she's made it on her own merit, and all that is held up by the real America. But once the real America goes, then it'll all go, and then we get into the tribulation stuff. But um, yeah, I wanted to talk about the Swordfish film with Halle Berry and Don Cheadle. Basically, it's a good movie because it shows the grace and mercy represented by the daughter, just like Jephthah in the Bible. And that's kind of what it represents for Moab, too, is like you know, um, the grace and mercy of it all. And um, like for my family, my sister represents the phoenix, but for like all other purposes of a daughter, it would mean grace and mercy, like your salvation to heaven sort of thing. And um, even in Katy Perry, one of her music videos, she has a little kid girl that she takes with her to the fountain of youth and all this stuff um, to get her salvation going and all this stuff. So um, it's like the non uh, polluted way of looking at it all. Like that's how even the Freemasons will look at it and stuff because they're like, yeah, we can't touch that. Like that's just how they look at it. So they put that in the films, and it's a good film to show just how some of the stuff connects a little bit. And um, it's not really a good ending with Halle Berry and everything, but the very end is actually okay because like Halle Berry and John Travolta basically get away, but it's not like you want them to get away anyway, but um, it shows kind of how these terror attacks are set up a little bit and stuff. It's just a good film to kind of get in a good mindset about some hardcore stuff without being overwhelmed. It's kind of a fun ride film. Like you just kind of watch it and go along with what they're kind of saying, or not go along with it. But so that's just that, um, and then the Irwin Allen of Ocean's 13 represents the Earth character and how the woman drinks the flood of the serpent. It just means that she has no fear. That's what it means in that part there. Um, because they talk loud to Ruben. Matt Damon does, and George Clooney's like, he's not deaf, Linus. And that's because it represents the fear of it because Daredevil can hear everything really loud. Um, and just in the basic symbolism, it doesn't mean like Daredevil's involved or something. It just means he's the man without fear, and like he can hear it loud. So it means that the woman has no fear, because in the scene Brad Pitt is trying to get an earthquake going, and he's even warning about the earthquake, but Willie Bank just brushes it off. Um, and they get a camera inside his office, which just means that the woman is watching the videos or something. She's keen on the intel. That's what that means. And like, um, you'll notice that Brad Pitt kind of looks like an Aussie in the scene, you know? So he's kind of presenting himself like, hey, like I kind of stand out from the group anyway, and they're having me dress in this Aussie uniform, and like it's like they're being funny about it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just, um so, and like he's always eating, in Ocean's 11, like, well, really in all of them, but so they even show that because they're doing an Irwin Allen, and they use Brad Pitt to do the Irwin Allen, like, which means that the woman can eat what she wants, and have the hosts against the daily sacrifice, that they're doing that too. Um, because her intel and the earthquake, or whatever, had like the seismic event transitional, is the host against the daily sacrifice. Like, that's how she gets those rights to the food or whatever. And it's because she has no fear. That's what it means. Like, my grandpa H, he had a best friend in New Jersey and New York named Irwin, and he was this big guy and would always go out to eat and stuff. And he took us out to eat a few times, and kind of like a Jewish slash Italian type guy. And they had a lot of fun and stuff. And he passed away in, like, I don't know, a few years ago. But just, they use that, and like the Allen is like the yellow shoes, kind of, because my assistant coach at SCAD would have on these yellow shoes. And um it that means like the cure of it all. Like how, at the point, like, I was basically eating blood. They put stuff in the food there, like they do at Hogwarts, which is shown by that Sagittarius that um comes to save Harry in one scene. And so then when I went to SCAD, then I was like, I healed some of that, of the uh, of that, just that spirit or whatever, like, because, and like I healed my legs and my back and everything, because I was getting ART, active release technique, um all the time. And it really helped my swimming and helped balance me out. Like, because if the body was balanced, then even your digestive tract and everything can be balanced as well with that. And I was very fit then. um so that's kind of what it means. Just kind of like that. And like that's in the Ocean's 13 film. And then the Swordfish film is just kind of fun, but also important as well. But that's all that means. And the woman doesn't have to do any of this weird stuff. Biden, he might try to come out with his own deal that's like some weird, you know, um, like deed or something, like sex deed or something. Like, he'll come out with his own deal and call it like the 10 something, and it'll be bullshit. Like, don't do that. don't do anything that he wants to have happen. Like, just stay strong. And like, I think we're headed for that 5 months. I really do. The one that I have listed on my channel, that it goes along with the Jonah part 2 in my liked videos. But and I'm glad that it does line up with that 5 months of the locust, because I have them going into sharks into, well, in a few visions, but just take all these watchmen with a grain of salt, and you can test what I'm saying and everything, and you'll see what's going on. It's all okay. So just keep a mercy mindset. um don't worry about anything. uh I'm not saying anything against anybody. And thank you. Have a good night.